Hey, in this video, we are going to be talking about how you can take products that you can no longer sell on Amazon, that you may have already even sent into Amazon, and turn them into profits, turn them into sales on the eBay platform, at least so that you can get your money back out of those products, or some money back out of those products. So even if you can no longer sell those and make money on Amazon, today we're going to talk about how to do so on eBay. As you can see, I've got a video actually pulled up right now that I had created by one of my friends and mentors and acquaintances and business partners from the Treasure Hunting Profits eBay seller community. I asked Jeff Clark, who has been decades of selling on eBay, and so I'm really excited to be bringing him on to explain how you can take restricted products on Amazon and turn them into profits, or at least getting some of your money back onto eBay. And he also addresses the current issues with generic products that have been happening as of this time of the recording in November of 2023. If you've gotten any products taken down because they were listed improperly on Amazon, he's going to discuss how to take those and turn them into winning listings on eBay. Now, not everything is going to be successful in doing this, and not everyone will be able to take all of their ASINs and make money on eBay, but it is an alternative option if you have products that you can no longer sell on the Amazon platform. And I'm actually going to be live reacting to this video just so I can give my thoughts as we go through this. So hopefully you like this. And if you do, or if you don't, let me know in the comments down below. And the reason is because then you'll be entered in to win a copy of my Amazon best-selling book, Side Hustle to Full-Time Income. All you have to do is leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and tune into the next video to find out if you are the lucky winner. Now, let's go ahead and get into this video with Jeff Clark.
Hey, treasure hunters, business building legend warriors, and anyone else who might be watching this video. I wanted to make this video to address the latest panic in the Amazon selling world. If you spent any time in any of the selling groups, you've heard lots of weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth and hand wringing around Amazon cracking down on generic branded items. Now, what is that about? Well, here is Amazon's generic product policy. It says right here, generic products are unbranded products that do not belong to any identifiable brand. I guess that's kind of obvious. But the part about this policy that's causing all the hoo-ha is this here: using another brand's intellectual property in your generic product listing or listing a branded product as generic are violations of our listing policies. And that's what a lot of us are running into. Now, it may not be that we created the listing for a branded product and using the generic brand, but maybe we just jumped on an existing listing and didn't notice that the brand was generic. And so Amazon cracks down not only on whoever created the listing initially, but anyone who's selling on it. And lots of sellers have had their
I'm going to pause it right there just to jump in and say that is what we've been seeing a ton of lately. Is that I actually did a video on how to identify these issues in your Amazon account before Amazon cracks down on them. And we're seeing a ton of different sellers with listings that they didn't create, or the brand name doesn't match the actual brand name of the product. Maybe somebody used a C instead of a K, or somebody put it under their own brand when it's really not their own brand. It's actually a main brand like Crest, right? These are the issues we're seeing. And so that's where this can help. And Jeff is going to continue going through this generic product policy. You also run into issues where listings have generic as the brand, and we want to make sure that that is something that we are not selling. And so this is how you can start to take some of the information or some of your listings from Amazon and turn them into sales and profits on eBay. Jeff is going to be going through some examples as well in this video here shortly.
Accounts put on hold, which is extremely inconvenient for those of us that do this for our livelihood. So anyway, there's a couple different ways to address it. The first way is to lots of sellers have been able to go in and edit their listings and have put the correct brand on. But sometimes when you do that, the brand does not allow resellers, and so you find that the product is now gated. And sometimes you can get ungated, by applying, but sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's just you're just stuck. And so now you've got all this product that you can't sell on Amazon anymore. So what do you do with it? Well, the most obvious answer is to sell it on eBay. That's what most people say. And I'm a big advocate of that because I sell a lot of stuff on eBay and I teach selling on eBay. So yeah, I'm a big proponent of doing that. So I want to show you a couple different ways to accomplish that. The first way is kind of obvious, I guess. You delete the listing and you pull the product, have it sent back to you, and you just physically create listings, lists of stuff on eBay. The disadvantage of that is, you've got a lot of stock that you suddenly have to do something with. Put it in your warehouse or your garage or your house or wherever you keep stuff, which that's the reason a lot of us like the FBA program, because we don't have to store everything. Right now, I do sell a lot on eBay, but I also sell a lot on Amazon, and I really like the FBA program because I don't want to have to store everything. Right. So anyway, that's kind of a drawback there, but it is the probably the best solution, really, because then you have 100% total control over the items and over your listings and everything else. But another possibility is you can leave the stock in Amazon's warehouse and create listings on eBay and just have Amazon store it for you. Now, if you do that, what you want to do is make sure that you close the listing. And what I mean by that is, let's pretend this Pacifica.
Now, before we go ahead and show this, I want to point out that Jeff is about to describe something that's called multi-channel fulfillment, where you can cross-list your Amazon listings onto eBay, and you can have Amazon fulfill them. He's going to show you the process of taking a listing, closing the listing if you are now restricted. If it's already been restricted and it's closed for you in your account, you can then take that information, put it onto eBay, and wait for sales from eBay to come in. And then how do you take that and ship the items out from Amazon? So it's a great way and a great method of kind of trying to recoup some of this investment. Now, if you're curious on how to create the proper listings on eBay, then I highly recommend checking out Jeff and Greg's, so Greg Perry and Jeff Clark's eBay selling group. It's called Treasure Hunting Profits. You can get to it at askjimmysmith.com/eBay. It's the best eBay training out there that I've ever seen. There's over 1,000 different videos in the community. They've got their own private community as well, where you can ask questions, and you can also go there and learn the basics all the way up to advanced training content for eBay sellers. So if you're someone that's brand new or you've been selling on eBay for a while, highly recommend going there, because you see these strategies come out continually, so that way you are best prepared for how do you balance Amazon and eBay and selling as much as possible on both platforms that you can once you go through these trainings and you apply those methods. So you can go to askjimmysmith.com/eBay to check that out if you're interested. Let's go ahead and get back into this presentation with Jeff.
CNC Shearface Serum was a generic brand, and Amazon said, hey, Jeff, you can't sell that anymore because it's a generic brand. And let's say I applied to Pacifica and they said, no, we don't want any stupid resellers, so get out of our face. So now I'm stuck with Pacifica CNC, but my decision now is I'm going to leave it in the Amazon warehouse and I'm going to list it on eBay. Now, the very first step you need to take is to close your listing, which over here, it's in the drop down. It says right here, close listing. And what that will do is the listing will remain active in your managed inventory queue, but it will not show on the website. So no buyers will be able to see your product. And the other great thing is the brand Pacifica will not see that product either. So they can't come back and say, hey, we told you couldn't sell this and crack down on me. And Amazon also will not, come back and gig me for this. So anyway, we can do.
And one thing that Jeff just said there is that if you were hit with a generic listing issue and Amazon closes that listing, that Amazon wouldn't come back and get you if you've closed the listing. I would actually say that I've seen some differences there. So you may want to delete the listing instead of just closing it. Now, if you delete it, you won't be able to do this multi-channel fulfillment process that he's about to show. But if you are restricted in a brand and you leave it at Amazon, that's totally fine. The issue is if you have a bunch of generic products that then Amazon comes back and decides to shut down your account because you didn't delete them. Now, at the very least, close them, recall them, whatever you might need to do. But ultimately, this is something that you just want to, talk to the most amount of people as possible to see what's going on at Amazon right now. My advice is if you've got a generic issue happening in your account or you've got a bunch of generic brands, you'll want to delete those listings and recall those products and then list them on eBay based off of some of these tips that Jeff is giving. Now, if you've got restricted products or things that go stranded or things that aren't selling and you just want to close the listing and then list it on eBay and have Amazon fulfill those, that's totally fine. I'm a little bit more skeptical whenever it comes to issues where you've got products in there against Amazon's terms of service, because Amazon has that data. And so we want to make sure that we are protecting our accounts as much as possible. So every seller is going to have a little bit of a different, opinion on it, a little bit of different risk tolerance. I just wanted to put that out there as kind of a disclaimer that if you do have potential issues of generic products, then you may want to delete those, recall them, and then list them on eBay using some of these things that Jeff is going to continue to show after he gets out of the multi-channel fulfillment option. So I just wanted to point that out for you.
And this is what it looks like. After you close the listing, obviously I'm not going to do that here because I still am selling Pacifica CNC sheer face serum. But once it is closed, this is what the listing looks like. It says inactive, it says closed. So you close the listing first, and then what happens is, so you create your listing on eBay, and when something sells on eBay, what you do is you come back here to your manage inventory queue, find the item, and you will create not a removal order, but a fulfillment order, because what you're doing is you're having Amazon fulfill the order for you. And so you click on that, enter customer address, and Amazon is acknowledging here you sold this on another platform. Could be eBay, could be Walmart, could be your own website, could be whatever. So then you put in the name and address of your buyer, everything here. Add the item. You can put in an order ID if you want to, or you can just leave it blank, and Amazon will generate it. And that is all there is to it. You do all this stuff, and then you say create order. First you pick standard shipping or expedited shipping, and everything's pretty simple. So that's how you would do that if you leave the stock in the Amazon warehouse. Now, the next thing, one more thing that you can do, if you don't want to manually create all those listings yourself, you can use a service that will do that for you. The most popular service is Joelisst. All you do is you sign up for Joelisst, you pay them a monthly fee. I don't remember how much it is. I used Joelisst for a number of years, and they're very efficient. They're very good. Oh, look at that. You can get a free 2-week trial. Anyway, you sign up for that, and then you go through your stock and you pick which ones you want Joelisst to list on eBay. You may not want everything listed on eBay, maybe just a few items. Obviously, you just want, your the items that you can't sell on Amazon anymore. So you don't want to do your whole stock, or actually you can do your whole stock if you want to. I used to do my entire FBA Amazon store on eBay. So you can pick a service that does that. There's a lot of them. I have no affiliation with Joelisst. I'm just mentioning them because they're the most popular, they're the most well-known, and they're very easy to use. All right. Now I'm going to
One thing that I do want to point out with Joelisst, I've used them in the past. They do a good job of getting listings from Amazon over to eBay, creating the listings for you. There are some issues with listings that aren't really optimized fully for eBay. Personally, I've seen much better results through creating my own listings on the eBay platform. Yes, Joelisst is a good, quick way to get that done. However, then you're also leaving it up to Amazon and Joelisst to connect well whenever there's a sale on eBay to then Joelisst telling Amazon to send it out and Amazon actually doing it. So you want to be careful with some of that. I personally think the best methods, if you're trying to make the most money on eBay or cross-listing your inventory, is to actually create your own listings on eBay. That's where that Treasure Hunting Profits groups comes into play, because they talk about the best listing tools that you can use and the best things that you can do from a basic level to get sales on eBay. So you can check that out again at askjimmysmith.com/eBay. But I did want to throw up that kind of disclaimer or my own use of Joelisst. And I know that Jeff as well is basically saying, hey, if you don't have time to make your own listings on eBay, this is at least something that can work for you. But ultimately, if you want the best results, you'll want to make your own listings on eBay and then do the multi-channel fulfillment onto Amazon if you're using that, or fulfill it yourself if you've got the products stored at home for yourself. So let's go ahead and get back into the video.
Show you guys some things that I have sold recently that are former Amazon stock of mine, just to prove to you that, because we tend to think, if we're primarily Amazon sellers, we tend to think, oh my gosh, Amazon is the place to sell everything. The only thing I'm going to sell on eBay is crap that doesn't sell on Amazon anymore, or things that, old used items or whatever. And let me be clear, most of the things I sell on eBay are old used items, and I make a butt ton of money doing that. But I also sell lots of brand new items, and I want to show you the possibilities by going through some of my sales. And I'm also going to go through the reasons that I'm not selling them on Amazon anymore. All right, this is I don't know how you say it. I'm going to say Joux because it's fun to say. Joux Hydro Fuel Advanced Electrolyte Complex, lemon lime flavor, yummy yum. I bought these with the intention to sell on Amazon, but no, the brand is gated. So I have listed them on eBay, and you can see 2 have sold. I still have 4 available. So health and beauty items are definitely something you can sell on eBay. Toys also. Here is another branded or gated brand. I got a bunch of these. I have 69 available, but I've sold 3 of them, so we're on the way, right? So toys definitely sell on eBay. Another gated brand, Recycle a Cup. I put these in a 4-pack just because I thought, especially on eBay, since I'm doing free shipping, the more I put in the pack, the better my net profit ends up being. Does that make sense? Because if I'm selling these singly, so I got $20 for 4 of them. If I'm selling them for $5 a piece, or let's say $6 a piece, all right, shipping ends up being like $4. That's not much profit, okay? But for $20, these are really small and light, and shipping is only going to be like $5 or $6. So now I've got a $15 profit on all of these instead of just a couple bucks a piece. So that's a trick you can use if you're selling stuff on eBay.
Now, by profit, he was saying how much he had left over from the sale after the expense of the shipping. So his margin. Now, typically, or obviously, profit is based off of how much you also spend on the item, the cost of your goods, the cost of prepping and shipping those items, etc. So I at least wanted to point that out. He was strictly talking about the margin that was left over in that particular product. And I just wanted to point that out just because I know that people will say, well, that's not the profit. I know he knows, but he was just letting everybody know, hey, this is how much is left over in that particular item. And so from a profitability standpoint, if you're truly trying to make the venture of eBay or Amazon profitable, you need to take a look at your cost of goods, your cost of shipping supplies, etc. But ultimately, if you're just trying to recoup some investment because you made some bad Amazon buys and you're selling it on eBay, any amount of margin that you have coming back to you is pretty much profit, because otherwise you would have just thrown away the product and it would have been $0. So I just wanted to point that out before we go on to the next.
Here is another gated brand, Starbucks. Oh my goodness. I sold a lot of these, sold 5 of them. I got 5 more available. Notre Dame is a hot thing. See what Starbucks has close to you. But again, Starbucks is gated on Amazon, and instead of ungating, I'm selling them on eBay. BentGo, another gated brand. I had 2 of these and I had 1 of a different style. Sold all 3 of those pretty quickly. Let's see. This, I don't believe this was a gated brand. This and these I sold on eBay because the profit margin looked to be better than it did on Amazon. You know, sometimes Amazon gets on a listing and they will drive the price way down. So I opted to sell these on eBay instead. Again, a health and beauty item. Oh, this was a gated brand also. Bought a bunch of these and yep, sold 1, got 5 available. So groceries will sell on eBay. Another health and beauty item. This was also a gated brand. Sold a bunch of these, 8 of them sold, all of them sold on eBay. This is another one that the profit was better on eBay. And the funny thing is, all 7 of these sold to 1 buyer. So they paid me like $140 and took all of them. Here's another one that the profit was better on eBay. On Amazon, if I sent these in FBA, I'd only be making like $1.40 a piece. But at $12, you know, shipping is like $4.50, and my net profit ends up being like $6.50, and I sold 2 of them. This was another one. The profit was better on eBay. Look at this, $28 for 5 of these. So more groceries sell on eBay. More groceries on eBay. Again, profit was better. The profit was pretty small on Amazon for these, but I put 4 of them together and they sold for 21 bucks. All right, this was not a profit issue. This was an expiration date issue. I got a bunch of these to sell on Amazon, and some of them had expiration dates of, what was it? Yeah, December of 23. Look at that. And this is November of 23 as I'm making this. So listed these on eBay. Again, more groceries, 32 bucks. Look at that.
Now, before we go on to the next one, I think it's pretty amazing that Jeff is also showing not just the items that are restricted on Amazon that you just are trying to get some extra money back from eBay somehow. He's also discussing items that had better profit margins on eBay versus on Amazon. And he's also discussing how can you take some things that are popular that maybe didn't sell as quickly and now you've got expiration date issues from your Amazon stock. Well, you can disclose that on eBay, and that allows you to sell the listing or sell the product on there because you're disclosing that they are close to expiration. And so these tools, these tactics are extremely important to know. And having eBay as a part of your selling arsenal is extremely important to start doing over time. Now, if you're a brand new Amazon seller and you're just trying to get going and you're learning the ropes, don't try to learn the ropes of eBay. Keep just focusing on Amazon. But if you've been selling for a while and you understand how Amazon works and you've got some stock that is expired, or you've got some stock that's now restricted or gated or it's just not selling, and you're trying to figure out what to do with this, take a look at eBay. See if these things can sell on there. It doesn't hurt to throw up a listing or 2 on eBay and see if it will sell. Ultimately, you're just trying to recoup some of that investment and or create a much better profit margin and profit stream of income on eBay if you continue to focus on that platform in addition to your Amazon methods. So extremely important to do so. Let's go ahead and get into some of these last few examples that Jeff has as well.
All right. These are not a gated brand, but I had this and I had another set with different figurines, and I had them listed on Amazon, but then Amazon came by and said, hey, these are toys and we want your compliance thing for the toys. Well, you know, the compliance, you know, certification or whatever it is. Well, these are almost 20 years old. They're made in 2005. So no, of course they don't have the toy compliance thing. So I pulled them off of Amazon and sold both of them to the same buyer at 72 bucks a piece. So toys, again, definitely sell. Okay, here's another reason you might sell on eBay instead of Amazon. Look at this. Damaged packaging, right? So I bought these on a clearance rack, and I was going to leave the damaged ones behind, and only buy like the 2 nice looking ones and sell those on Amazon. But I thought, you know, I think I can make more money if I buy all 4 of them and throw them up on eBay. You know, I'm not going to put damaged packaging on Amazon, but on eBay, you know, it's fine because you can show it right here in the picture. Anyone buying this can see in the very first photo, oh, the packaging is damaged. Well, it's just a foam filter. I'm sure it's fine. So on eBay, they get it. They're not surprised. On Amazon, you can't show this picture. And so if I were to sell this on Amazon, somebody would get it and they would likely complain and return it. But on eBay, that doesn't happen. So yay, $33 plus $8.50 shipping. Yahoo. So yeah, this is filters. This is just boring household items. Definitely sell. All right, this one I had listed on eBay and Amazon just because I wanted a quick sale. Man, the the sales history for this on both Amazon and eBay was insane, and the price was actually pretty close for both of them. So I listed it both places, and it sold on eBay first, $347. Yay. So these I listed on eBay because these are fuel cans. And, you know, on Amazon, you have to go through the hazmat thing. And of course, I'm ungated in hazmat, but it's just kind of a hassle. You know, they have to go to a special warehouse and you can't ship them UPS because they can't go in the air. So they have to go USPS ground. And so the shipping is a little more expensive. And I don't know, it just seemed like a hassle. So instead, I put them up on eBay and look at this. I had 15 cans, 5 3-packs, all of them sold really quick for $49 each. So those are some reasons that you might list your Amazon stock on eBay, and a couple different ways to list them on eBay. So if you've got the generic crackdown coming down on you, don't panic. You can still sell your stock, and feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about how to do that.
So there you have it. That is all of Jeff Clark's tips regarding how to take Amazon products that you can either no longer sell on Amazon, maybe because they're restricted, they're expired, maybe they were generic brands, etc., and listing them onto eBay to get sales. You can see that there's tons of different categories. There's even different products that have much better profit margins on eBay than on Amazon, and there's opportunities to sell things that are close to expired, or even expired if you were to give the proper information and documentation on that. Now, you want to be careful with food products. You don't want people to get sick or anything, but ultimately you've got different opportunities on eBay that you do not have the ability to sell on Amazon. So if you're looking to turn some of these products on Amazon into profit, or at least into getting some money back through eBay, I highly, highly recommend checking out the Treasure Hunting Profits community. Over 1,000 different videos on selling on eBay, plus a whole community where you can ask questions, and more videos that happen each and every month at askjimmysmith.com/eBay. It's an excellent community, the best one out there for eBay sellers that I've ever seen. And so I'm really excited to continue to promote and bring that to the YouTube channel and to my audience as much as possible. Now, as a reminder, if you're looking to be entered into win a copy of my book, Side Hustle to Full-Time Income, just leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and tune into the next video. But I hope this video helped you and blessed you. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a blessed rest of your week.